Last night on Monday Night Raw, WWE superstar and Universal Champion Roman Reigns announced that not only had he had leukemia 11 years ago, but also it has unfortunately returned. I really don't need to sit here and tell people how horrible a disease that cancer and all its variants is. Whether you've had it or known somebody who's had it or whether it's just common knowledge, it's a horrible disease and it continues to take lives. Unfortunately, that includes a couple of very popular YouTubers who were chronicling their lives and their battle with the disease, who have passed away this year alone. And also, again, many other people have passed away also. This announcement was very much a shock, very much a surprise. We'd heard that Roman was carrying an injury, and in WWE, especially with continually week in, week out physicality, the bumps and bruises, to hear someone has an injury or is carrying an injury is nothing surprising. It's nothing new. We hear about it all the time, that somebody gets a bit of a bump or a bruise, in a match, and they're carrying an injury. And sometimes WWE does take them off the house shows, or doesn't have them wrestle on TV in order for them to allow them to recover, because there's always, especially with somebody like Roman Reigns, who was the Universal Champion, there's always the next big event that they're building up to. Right now it's Crown Jewel, whether that happens or not, and that's another thing for a different time. But they tend to do that. They can take people off the road. So even if not appearing at house shows or events that he was previously advertised for, and when the rumours and the reports are going around that he has an injury, it's nothing surprising at all. Absolutely not. So to hear this news was very much a shock and surprise. Obviously WWE would have known about his previous battle through the medical stuff that they do when they sign somebody, about doctors' notes and medical history and all of that kind of stuff. WWE would have known all about that. So is that how many people knew about his previous battle? We don't know right now. And we don't know currently how exactly this diagnosis was made. We don't know whether he's continually, because of the previous leukemia battle, whether he's continuously, and being an athlete, and let's be honest, a sport where blood is a large part of it sometimes, even accidentally. There's a lot of blood sometimes in the matches. We've seen it before in his matches where there's a lot of blood all about there, and it's accidental. Whether that is whether he was constantly monitored, and the results of those tests have made this have had this come to light, or whether he felt unwell, or just didn't quite feel right and then was referred for testing. We don't really know. We really don't know at this stage how exactly the diagnosis came about. I think we may know it in the future, but right now, as of the time of recording, we don't know exactly how the diagnosis came about. Well, hopefully, the diagnosis has come at a very early stage, because it seems to some people, when they continually go on about early detection, it is something. And I'm not a medical expert, but just my knowledge through life, and that it's early detection of things like cancer is obviously a significant step towards beating the disease. So just basically, if you detect it early enough before it becomes obviously too established or spread throughout the body, and again, it's not a lot of common knowledge. It's very helpful. So hopefully, it is a stage, or it's been picked up at a stage where the treatments that he has to undergo, which I hope remains just private to him and his family, because I don't think fans or really anybody need to see that kind of area of his life. I think that kind of needs to be kept private. But if the disease had been caught early enough, then obviously there's less aggressive treatments needed. It'll have less of an effect on him. And I want to move on to the positives, because there is a lot of positives for Roman in this situation. He has a tremendous support group. Again, if you watch on WWE's YouTube channel that video of him coming through the curtain, a lot of the superstars, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Titus O'Neil, a lot of the guys, a lot of female superstars, of course, including I think his cousin Nia Jax, obviously is there. There's a lot of great support there for him. You put like Braun Strowman, you hear it audibly. Anything it can do, just let me know. He's a great support group there, and obviously hopefully WWE will support him, and especially financially. Because having a long-term illness or a disease like cancer is very different here in the UK than it is in America. In America, you've got a lot of treatments you need to pay for. Here in the UK, particularly here in Scotland, there is no charge at the point of service. You don't get hit with a big bill. If you have to undergo treatments for things like leukemia. So hopefully, I'm sure they will. WWE will be right there financially paying for treatments, just like if somebody tore their ACL or meniscus or hurt themselves during the match. WWE intends normally, from what I understand, pay for any needed treatment. So hopefully WWE will be on the ball with that and help him out, because it's just been in the media recently where American cancer patients have their finances and their lives devastated just by trying to meet the bills for their treatment, which to me just seems an insane thing completely. Also, one of the positives for Roman, I think, is his stature, his physique. He's with being WWE, he's a top athlete. He's a big guy in great shape, and in sports medicine, it's always been one of the things that's been said. If you're in, the better shape you are in, the better you can withstand some of the treatments involved in things like leukemia. So hopefully, I don't know, it's going to have a quite debilitating effect on his body, but hopefully with it being in the great shape that he is in, it will help him kind of endure the treatments that he needs to undergo. It's been an amazing reaction from people all around the world, from different wrestling companies like New Japan or different wrestlers outside of WWE and the fans. A lot of people are obviously throwing their support behind Roman Reigns, and it's great because one of the things in the last few years, it's become really, really the cool and in thing to do to boo Roman Reigns, regardless of what he does, regardless of the performances he puts on, the stuff he does inside or outside the ring, all the charity stuff, people still boo him. It's become the cool thing to do. Oh, he's horrible. He's WWE's pick to be the top, to be the guy, to be the big dog in his yard. But the great thing is that a lot of the fans, even if you boo him, and I know there's still going to be critics, there's going to be people making negative comments, but a lot of people have stopped immediately. Even when he made the announcement, they were still booing. People said that on social media as well. But a lot of people will stop that booing, stop that negative reaction, and support him in this fight. We've seen a lot of it. The hashtag Thank You Roman is trending on Twitter. So that's one of the great things to see, I think, right now, that all the support is suddenly coming for Roman. And obviously, this crosses any storylines and any stuff that's going on. It's a very real situation. It's like a make-believe world, but it's a very real situation. Joanna Way, his real name, is really suffering from leukemia, and he's really got a fight on his hands. When it comes to out of the ring time, I would say at least about a year. Out of the ring, at least 6 to 8 months to a year probably minimum, that he will be away from WWE, I would say. I can't really see it being any less time than that. By the time that he undergoes any treatments that are needed, by the time he gets any all clear, and by the time obviously he gets back into the shape that he needs to be in to step back into a WWE ring. It'll be at least about a year. I would say that he'll be out. Hopefully, very confident. Hopefully that it has been detected in an early stage. They can treat it fully. It can go back into remission, and that's one of the greatest fears I think for cancer sufferers, that it will come back, and it's something that they have to live with it. I can't even imagine that, but hopefully we will see him back. He will be the big dog in his yard, and hopefully you'll get a good response when he does come back. But again, I show my support to Roman Reigns, certainly, because this is a horrible disease. It goes beyond pro wrestling, sports entertainment, call it what you will. This goes far beyond it. So I look forward certainly to seeing Roman Reigns back in about a year or so, when he gets the all clear and when he beats leukemia once again.